Up until this time, the state of Oklahoma has never had a research and educational program in nervous and mental diseases, particularly none for alcoholism. It was felt that with the passage of the liquor bill, legalizing liquor bill in Oklahoma, that there would be available certain funds from the tax derived on liquor, and that a certain specific sum of money should be allocated by the legislature each year for the specific purpose of education and teaching and research on nervous and mental disorders, specifically in alcoholism.
Gentlemen, my reasons for this are simple. I gagged when we passed the felony liquor bills. I was nauseated when this House, with my help, was not given the right to amend either the repeal bill or the county auction bill. And Bob and I are good, personal, close friends. We appreciate his help. Up to this point, we know that he has personal problems. We recognize those personal problems. But I want to say this, as Rex said a minute ago, that his county is fortunate in having such an outstanding man and such an outstanding statesman.
Sometimes when you cannot get along, and I certainly would be one of the first ones to know about not getting along sometimes with administrations, that it is far better to be out working alone, pointing out the errors and the omissions of the administration. And Bob, I know that you'll sleep better now, because I've watched you when you represented the governor's program here, and I knew your heart wasn't in it. And I knew that sooner or later you would have a talk with yourself and say, Bob, let's talk this thing over. You're not being loyal to yourself and to your conscience. And it wasn't a surprise to me, Bob, because you're built to that kind of stuff. And I respect you and honor you and love you for it.
And we'll have to have water and sewer on our back acres that we just lying idle now, and well, we just can't pay the taxes on it. We have too much land.
Mr. Burba mentioned a while ago, we are trying to get an orderly development of Oklahoma City. There have been areas developed outside the city limits in the past, and we won't call them substandard, but they do not come up to the requirements that the city has in the development, such as your streets, water, sewers, and so forth. We would like to get the areas protected. Actually, we feel that Oklahoma City, the necessary requirements are much better.
You've got a whole lot more acreage in now than you're protecting. You can
I
go
beg your
down
pardon?
South Robinson and all that, and you've got all that edge. You've got a world of work to do that.
I know. That's why I say I hope that you don't request us to put water and so forth out there too quickly.
You don't request that if you just leave.
Certainly, it will not be a surprise to the governor. When last I saw him, some 7 or 8 weeks ago, we parted on not too friendly terms over a portion of his program. Certainly, it will not be a surprise to the leadership of this House. Last week, unofficially, I informed the floor leader that I could no longer support the governor's program. Certainly, it will not come as a surprise to any of you. As most of you know, for the past 6 weeks or so, I've taken no part in the administration's program. And in addition to that, rumors have been circulated that I had already resigned. If anyone is surprised, it is me. For the fact that I waited this long to submit that resignation. Now, gentlemen, my reasons for this are simple. I gagged when we passed the felony liquor bill. I was nauseated when this House, with my help, was not given the right to amend either the repeal bill or the county auction bill.
It takes an awful big man to sacrifice his position for the sake of his conscience. And there's not anything in the world that I respect or honor more than loyalty and conscientiousness and loyalty to oneself.